What is radio HF, VHF, UHF? HF, high frequency. Radio frequency is between 3 and 30 MHz. The wavelength ranges from 1 to 10 decameters, 10 to 100 meters, as well known as the 10-meter band or the wave of 10 meters. Immediately the frequencies below HF are marked medium frequency, MF, and the next high frequencies are known as very high frequency, VHF. Shortwave, 2.310 to 25.820 MHz, overlaps and is slightly lower than HF. VHF, very high frequency, is the 30 MHz radio frequency range from 30 MHz. VHF is currently at the lower end of practical frequency usage, with new systems for using frequencies in SHF and EHF above the UHF range. Common uses for VHF are FM radio broadcasting, television broadcasting, land mobile stations, emergency, business and military, radio modems, amateur radio, maritime communications, air traffic control communications and air navigation systems, such as VOR, long-distance data communications with DME and ILS. UHF, ultra-high frequency, designs a range of electromagnetic waves with frequencies between 3 GHz, ultra-high frequency, and wavelength from 1 to 10 decimeters as well as the decimal band of meters or the tithing wave of meters, known as the 3 GHz, 3000 MHz, 10 centimeters to 1 centimeter. Radio waves with frequencies above the UHF band fall into the microwave frequency range, all of which fall into the SHF, super high frequency, and EHF, extremely high frequency, bands. HF radio use is very popular with amateur radio operators who can take advantage of the thrill factor generated by high-frequency band direct, long-distance, often intercontinental, communication and making contact in variable conditions. This set of international shortwave broadcast frequencies, as well as, in recent years, the less volatile means of communication has swept to eliminate the utility of the user, maritime, aviation, military and diplomatic interests, using the seemingly decreasing number of uses, for example, via satellites, but could maintain HF stations after switchover for backup purposes. However, with the high cost of satellite use for the development of automatic link installation technology based on million STDs 188-141A and million STDs 188-141B for automatic connectivity and frequency selection, the use of HF has paved the way for a renaissance among these communities. Such is 188-bit S. The development of high-speed modems, as those which support data rates of up to 100-9600B, has also increased the applicability of HF for data communication. The development of other standards, such as standard 5066, provides for error-free data communication through the use of ARQ protocols. VHF radio use VHF promotional features, see formula below, are generally ideal for short-distance terrestrial communication, with a range from somewhat forward-line vision transmitters. Unlike high-frequency, HF, the ionosphere usually does not reflect VHF radio and thus broadcasts are restricted to the local area and do not interfere with thousands of kilometers broadcasting away. VHF is also less affected by atmospheric noise and interference from electrical appliances than low frequencies. While it is more easily blocked by ground features than HF and low frequencies, it is affected by fewer buildings and less substantial objects in addition to UHF frequencies. UHF radio uses. UHF television signals. The most commonly used for broadcasting is the frequency band. Modern mobile phones also transmit and receive within the UHF spectrum. UHF is widely used by public service agencies for two-way radio communications, commonly using narrowband frequency modulation, but digital services are increasing. Use UHF and VHF frequencies for long-distance data communication such as narrowband radio modems, power distribution networks, and other SCADA and automation applications for supervision and control. Traditionally, until recently, there have been very few radio broadcasts in this band. The Global Positioning System also uses UHF.